saying they want to shut down Alligator Alcatraz, the judge ordering it to be shut down. What does that look like for the ICE agents, and then also?
Look, they're not going to stop us doing what we're doing. We'll follow the judge's order, and we'll litigate it, and we'll appeal it. But bottom line is, we're going to continue to arrest public safety threats and national security threats every day across this country. When we have to send them to another facility, that's what we're going to do. That's why the president has asked for 100,000 beds in the big beautiful bill. So we're going to build 100,000 beds. So we're not going to have a lack of bed space. For every illegal alien we arrest, we need a bed. And that's why the 100,000 beds is important. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And these radical judges make this decision. They may slow us up a bit, but they're not going to stop us.
Just to be clear, when you say you're going to follow the judge's order, that means Alligator Alcatraz is not.
We follow every judge's order while we appeal it and litigate it.
So it will be shut down?
I don't think that decision has been made yet. We're reviewing.
Okay.
Really, it's a DOJ question. We're reviewing the order, and we'll see where we go from there. But we're not going to be caught short. We'll just take it to a higher level and appeal.
The mission continues on immigration enforcement. The media was giddy that somehow Alligator Alcatraz was, quote, shutting down. Now, we told them that that wasn't true. There have been illegal aliens continuing to be there and being removed and returned to their home country, but they ran with the narrative because some leftist judge ruled implausibly that somehow Florida wasn't allowed to use our own property to help the federal government in this important mission because they didn't do an environmental impact statement. Well, we said we would fight that. We said the mission would continue, and I'm pleased to say that the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals has just stayed that ruling and stayed the case. So Alligator Alcatraz is, in fact, like we've always said, open for business. The mission continues, and we're going to continue leading the way when it comes to immigration enforcement.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The one and only James Williams, Dope Waters in the back. I'm a little bit stuffy today, which is why I haven't been doing any videos because, for whatever reason, my nose is going crazy. We called it sinus attacks. And I'm having a sinus attack to where my nose is just ridiculous. And I didn't want you to hear me sound stuffy like some kind of demon boy, but I got to show you this. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the fact that judges, these kind of appellate court judges and these various different Obama, Biden, and Bush appointed judges have been doing everything they can do to thwart the Donald Trump administration. For example, just recently they had one come out and say that, hey, you know, you guys got to close down Alligator Alcatraz. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure if I just go back one, watch this. If I go home to the home page, before I scroll down, I'll find a judge doing something crazy. Keep on going. Let's go. CDC. There's a black woman there. She is. She's probably a judge. Watch this. Of course, Biden Judge Gia Cobb assigned to leftist D.C. Attorney General's lawsuit challenging Trump's National Guard deployment. So they're trying to stop the National Guard from being deployed in the black. Now, here's the craziest thing. That fat black pig right there is going to try and stop the National Guard from going to a black neighborhood and save little black children. But Donald Trump is racist. I say to you that this big pig right here is racist. Yeah, that's the problem. Oink, oink. And that's the kind of problem we got. But that's not where I wanted to go. This is where I want to go. Rebellion. Anonymous federal judges accuse Supreme Court of undermining judicial systems by overturning their anti-Trump rulings. Now, when you get to the point where the lower court judges are starting to make anonymous accusations against the Supreme Court justices of the United States of America, now we get ready to get to the point that where something about to shake. It's about to shake for real. You see, one of the biggest things that's slowing down America, stopping America right now, are these judges with their obstruction of justice, quite frankly. My Lord, my nose is about to run. Hold on, I need to pause and blow. Back to what I was saying. So when we find ourselves in a situation where the lower court judges are rebelling in a full-on rebellion against the Supreme Court, soon and very soon, remember that song, soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we're going to see the King. No more crying there. We are going to see the King. I told y'all I got musical Tourette's. If you got musical Tourette's, I want you to understand something. It just means that you a damn genius. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, if your kid got musical Tourette's, they'd be like, oh, your kid crazy. No, kid a damn genius. His brain has wired these connections, and he experiences the word in songs. And then most likely if you experience the word in songs, then you attach and anchor songs to experiences. And then those songs can pull up memories and whatever. I'm going too far. I'm going off track. That's your Supreme Court right there. And I want you to understand what's coming down the pipeline. The Supreme Court of the United States of America is being challenged by the lower courts who are Trump deranged. Now, I don't anticipate this affecting the conservatives on the Supreme Court. I think it's their way of putting pressure on the liberals, but it's also a threat to the liberal justices on the Supreme Court by their constituents. And I'm going to tell you how this is going to end. We're getting close to the point to where the judges are going to be smacked down. This is the latest in an ongoing battle this year between anti-Trump resistance judges on the federal bench using their rulings to enact their preferred policies, and the Supreme Court trying to rein them in under constitutional order. Republicans holding the White House and both houses of Congress and Democrat activists are using their allies on the federal bench to obstruct and delay actions by Trump administration to aggressively reform the government and roll back decades of entrenched liberal policies. The attack by anonymous judges comes the same week as one federal judge went on a record to criticize the Supreme Court in a footnote to a ruling rejecting recent comments by Justice Neil Gorsuch, accusing lower court judges of defying the Supreme Court. In July, attorney Pam Bondi filed a complaint against resistance judge James Jeb Boasberg over comments he made in March to Chief Justice John Roberts, questioning whether President Donald Trump would obey court orders. I don't need to bring you through this and read all this crap to you. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneeze on you like that. Hopefully you love me enough to say, Jesus bless you. But yeah, I think I'm not going to be doing no more recording because I'm going to be sneezing all over the recordings. But the point I'm making is this. This is a pivotal moment in the battle for America. We're going to be looking to see how the federal judges respond to this. Are they going to put down the rebellion? Or are they going to stand for the rebellion? Now, I need you to understand this. For those of you who may be sitting there saying, well, I don't understand why Donald Trump don't do something about this. I want to explain to you why he hasn't done anything about it. Number one, there are resistance leaders in the Republican Party, which we call rhinos. And those rhinos are already making it hard enough for him. I mean, the whole Epstein thing that just sparked up just recently was the rhinos in conjunction with a bunch of Democrats. Sidebar note about the Epstein debacle that's going on. I just want you to think about this. All right, so if they redact all the names of the people who were victims of Epstein, right? For the most part, they redacted all the witnesses, the people who were victims. And then women come out and say they're going to give a list of the people who were in the files. Now, the women who are supposedly on stage and in front of everybody, there have been people who've been out for a long time speaking about Epstein. They're part of public record. But what happens when somebody pops up out the blue and just starts to say names? You have no way of really vetting who was a victim of Epstein. The only way you can vet who was a victim of Epstein is if you get the files, and then when you get the files, the victims' names are not redacted. But when you get the files, the victims' names are going to be redacted. So at that point in time, anybody outside of the people that you've seen can be a victim. And as a victim, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can say whatever the hell they want to say. Furthermore, another thing that's strange to me about this, to have all the ladies on CNN, to have them all standing out in front of Congress. I thought the people that they was accusing was head busters and wig splitters, the richest, most powerful people on the planet. I thought that's who they were accusing. It just don't add up to me. I mean, we saw the last lady get pretty much are coincided. It just doesn't add up. So now all y'all come out together. Yeah, we're going to come out. We're going to give the names on the list. What? You could have did that at any point in time. Y'all could have all came together at any point in time and did what you're doing right now. Why you wait till right now to do it? Somebody give you some guaranteed protections? You know, we not going to find you, hung up in a closet? Or you not going to get center blocks tied to your ankles and dumped into the ocean? What changed, man? Because if you safe to do it now, you would have been safe to do it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. What makes you safe to do this at this point in time right now? See, this is why I'm telling y'all, this stuff don't make no damn sense to me. And people would be like, well, it don't make sense to you because Donald's on the Epstein list. Man, you a damn idiot. And you have the inability to think over complex problems and situations. You're just an idiot. Well, you trying to say that Donald Trump is not in the Epstein files? I'm beyond the fact that whether he's in the files or not in the files, ladies and gentlemen. I personally don't believe Donald Trump is in the files. I think if they had opportunity to disclose that he was in the files, they would have already done that. But irregardless, if you take him on or off the files out of the way, then how come they wait till now to hold this conversation? How come it took this moment for all of them to get together and get a set of balls to be like, yeah, we're going to come out, we're going to name our own people on the list? I thought they was whacking people over this. You on CNN? You on Fox News? I thought they was killing people. God, are we dealing with killers? Are we not dealing with killers? What we dealing with right here, man? I'll tell you what I think it is. I think there are real victims of Epstein. No doubt about it. But I think somewhere in that mix of them people are some damn agents, some damn CIA, some damn Mossad agents within the victims. Within the group of people that are, I'm a victim, you got some agents in that group. I know. You can be like, well, and this is the craziest thing that kills me. If you really think about what the Democratic Party told us when Neil Gorsuch was going up John Roberts was going up to be put as a Supreme Court nominee. They was like, believe all women, believe all women, believe all women. He did this to me, believe all women. Then you had the ugly lady that said Donald Trump sexually assaulted her when she looked like a pale version of the Crypt Keeper, that I don't see nobody trying to touch that dried up for JJ that she got so whatsoever. Probably ain't never, boy, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? Dry as a black stone griddle that was left outside in the rain for 6 months. Rusted up for JJ. And you trying to say that man, and come on, man. The man with models all day long. Clearly you see the man standing in women. And then everybody's like, yeah, he did this. Man, y'all crazy. None of this stuff add up. That's all I'm saying. It just don't add up, man. And when it don't add up, we don't go with it. We can't roll with it. We got to keep our eye on it. And do like my goddaughter Iris do me when she see me. She'd be like, Uncle Jay. She'd do me just like this. I'm watching you. I'd be like, I'm watching you too with your little bad behind. I'm watching you. You ain't watching me. I'm watching you. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it, man.